Hi, and welcome back to the Management Leadership Channel. I'm your host, Kevin Booker, and today we're going to be talking about destructive leadership and managerial incompetence. I have three short slides that I'm going to be going through. First of all, we'll define what destructive leadership is and what causes it in terms of the leader, situation, and follower dynamic. And then we're going to talk about managerial incompetence and what causes that, which is managerial derailment. Now, one thing I did want to mention is with all of the news articles that are going around the internet right now regarding resistance of employees wanting to return full-time back to the workplace, I figured this would be a very good topic to discuss because they are finding through research that there is a strong correlation between this resistance to return back to the workplace full-time versus some of the managerial incompetence and destructive leadership that employees are complaining about in the workplace. So let's get started. What is destructive leadership? So destructive leadership can be defined as individuals who are effective at engaging followers, building teams, and getting results through others. However, they do it in ways that are, one, morally and ethically questionable, and two, they undermine organizational goals, and number three, they can damage surrounding communities as well. So let's take a look at what do leaders bring to the table in terms of destructive leadership. Well, first of all, there's a lack of self-awareness, and there's a lack of situational awareness. There's also a lack of overall knowledge and expertise sometimes in their particular field. There's also a lack of leadership motivation, poor fellowship, and some leaders bring dark side personality traits when triggered within the workplace. What can employees do? What do they do that contributes to destructive leadership? Well, first of all, disgruntled employees is never a good situation. Second thing is criticizers, slackers, and brown nosers. They don't create a harmonious work environment, and destructive worker cliques can also put a lot of stress on leaders. From a situational standpoint, competitive threats such as globalization, government regulations, natural disasters, wars, mergers, and reorganizations, all of these put pressure on the leader that can then turn into destructive leadership behavior. Let's talk next about managerial incompetence. So it can be defined as a person's inability to engage followers, build teams, or get results through others. And this is caused by managerial derailment. There are 6 items that we can discuss from managerial derailment standpoint that normally cause a lot of the managerial incompetence within the workplace. The first one is just an overall lack of business acumen, then a lack of leadership influence. Some managers, they try to manage alone, and they don't seek wise counsel. So it's important to always seek counsel from other leaders within your organization. Interpersonal skills, so understanding how to engage others, that's a necessary trait to be a good manager. Intrapersonal skills, knowing how to manage your own emotions internally, that's another necessary skill for management. Overall inability to adapt, and then overall lack of management training. So these are the common themes in managerial derailment. Now let's talk prevention. What can we do to stop managerial derailment? Well, the first thing we can do is we can offer training. And this doesn't need to be expensive or comprehensive training per se. This can be very simple videos such as this, 3 to 4 to 5 minutes that just remind managers of what good behavior is all about, as well as what makes an effective manager effective. 360-degree feedback is another great tool for getting feedback back to managers. Weekly reflections, some sort of mentorship between you and your superior, as well as you and some of your peers, is very, very important. I encourage everyone to do some sort of mentorship program, and it doesn't need to be a formal mentorship program. It can be informal. Last but not least is have a strategy and be intentional. So many times we are just blindsided when we get to work by many, many surprises, but it's important that we maintain our intentionality and maintain a strategy each and every day. Even if that requires us to be adaptable and flexible, it's still a strategy. Do not show up to work just hoping to be a successful leader or effective manager. Be intentional. Another thing you can do is continued education. And the last item is continued education. I recommend and encourage everyone to do simple certifications or just take online training or even enroll in a university and take graduate level classes online. All of these are important in management and leadership because we are always and continually improving. I hope this video helped provide a little bit of insight as it related to managerial derailment and overall destructive leadership traits. Thank you and happy managing.